Hey there, it's Trish from Fiber Optics Knits, and today I'm going to show you how to do the Kitchener stitch. The Kitchener stitch is an often hated way to close off two ends of a project to make them look seamless, like there isn't any seam to see. I actually really like the Kitchener stitch. I find it very rhythmic, and I'm going to show you how I do it so that I hope you can maybe come to enjoy it as well. Let's get started. Since the Kitchener stitch is a seamless way to close two ends, it's often used to close up things like infinity scarves, something that you may not want a visible seam for. So I have made a demonstration infinity circle that I'm going to be closing up. So to perform the Kitchener stitch, what you'll need is you'll need your needles, you'll need your two ends of live stitches on each needle with the points facing you. Now normally I would be using this yarn end to close off, but I'm going to be using a different colored thread for demonstration purposes to make it easier to see what I'm doing. The other piece you'll need, other than your two blocks of live stitches, is a tapestry needle and enough thread to sew up your end together. And I'm going to be using a different color of thread just to make it, again, easier for demonstration purposes. You'll also want to make sure that you have the wrong sides of your knitting facing each other. So to get started with the Kitchener stitch, you're going to do a little bit of setup first. To set up, you are going to first insert your tapestry needle purlwise into the first stitch on the front needle. I'm going to pull it all the way through, leaving a little tail. Then you're going to insert your tapestry needle knitwise through the back. And now we're ready to actually start the repeat of the Kitchener stitch. First step, you're going to insert your needle on the front stitch knitwise. And you're going to slide that stitch completely off the needle, just like that. And pull it all the way through. And I'm just going to tighten this up. Then you're going to insert your tapestry needle purlwise through the second stitch on the needle and pull it through. But this time you're not going to pull the needle off. You're going to leave it right on. Or pull the stitch off. You're going to leave it on. Now we'll head to the back side. We're going to insert our tapestry needle purlwise through the first stitch on the back and go ahead and pull it off. Then our final step is to insert the needle knitwise into our back stitch, but we're going to leave it on. So the process again is knit, purl, purl, knit. Let's do that again. So front stitch, we're going to knit and slide it off. Also on the front, we're going to purl, but leave it on. Moving to the back, we're going to purl and slide it off. Moving to the back again, we're going to knit, but leave it on. Let's do it again. Knit, slide off, purl, leave on, purl, slide off, knit, leave on. See how you can get into a bit of a rhythm with it. Let's do it one more time. Knit, slide off, purl, leave on, purl, slide off, knit, leave on. And what you can see here is you are creating a row of knit stitches in between the two edges as we're going along. I've made it really obvious to see here since I'm doing my seam in a different color. I've gotten us down to our last 4 stitches. So we're going to do our final repeat of our Kitchener stitch. Knitwise, slide it off, purlwise, leave the stitch on, purlwise, slide the stitch off, knitwise, leave the stitch on. So now we only have 2 stitches left on the needle. So we're just going to do the first 2 steps. We will do our we're going to do our slide off steps only. So we're going to do a knitwise to slide that last stitch on the front off, and then we'll do a purlwise to slide the final stitch on the back off. And then we'll just pull our yarn all the way through, and you're ready to weave in your ends just like you would on any other project. I'll show you what our finished product looks like. We have a nice extra row of stockinette stitches in between our 2 ends. Now, if this were the same color, this would look like a pretty seamless join right here where you wouldn't actually be able to tell. So there you have the Kitchener stitch.